Every year has its portals of opportunities and challenges, often characterized by astrological events and aspects. Squares and oppositions, unlike sextiles and trines, are generally considered challenging aspects in astrology. Both represent points of tension between planets, leading to friction that often requires conscious effort to resolve or balance. In this episode of our 2025 astrological forecasts, we will highlight some of the more significant squares and oppositions that will occur in 2025, their influences, and how they could be navigated to our benefit as Earth dwellers. Jupiter will square Saturn and Neptune around June 15, 2025, as a significant and challenging astrological alignment. It involves Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Aries, and Neptune in Aries forming a tense square aspect, highlighting themes of tension between growth, restriction, and idealism. Jupiter's optimism and expansive tendencies clash with Saturn's need for structure and restraint. This will create friction between wanting to grow and needing to proceed cautiously. Neptune adds a layer of idealism and spiritual longing but can cloud judgment. There is a risk of chasing unrealistic goals or being misled by deceptive narratives. This square demands that lofty visions influenced by Jupiter-Neptune are grounded in reality and actionable steps, influenced by Saturn. Neglecting either side can lead to disillusionment or missed opportunities. With Jupiter in Cancer, emotions play a significant role. The alignment may heighten sensitivity, leading to emotional conflict or a deep desire for safety amidst uncertainty. On the global level, a push for humanitarian goals may arise, but challenges include lack of direction or cohesion. Neptune's influence could inspire spiritual awakenings but may also lead to disillusionment with current belief systems or leaders. On a personal level, individuals may feel torn between taking bold action and retreating for introspection. This period encourages balancing personal ambition with emotional and spiritual needs. The emotional intensity associated with this square may test relationships, requiring patience and clear communication to avoid misunderstandings. This alignment is potent for creative and spiritual practices, but requires grounding to avoid getting lost in fantasy. There are challenging aspects between Mercury and Jupiter in the coming year. The Mercury-Jupiter square on February 20, 2025 occurs between Mercury in Pisces and Jupiter in Gemini. This aspect brings challenges in communication, decision-making, and managing expectations. Another on July 24, 2025, taking place with Mercury in Virgo and Jupiter in Gemini, may highlight issues of practicality versus enthusiasm. Challenges may arise when trying to reconcile detailed, methodical planning with the desire for broad exploration or quick solutions. It is worth noting that Mercury will be retrograding when this square occurs. The next on October 7, 2025, occurring with Mercury in Sagittarius and Jupiter in Gemini, may spark philosophical or ideological debates. Miscommunications might arise as both signs aim for big-picture understanding but struggle to align perspectives. During these squares, it is wise to double-check facts, avoid overpromising, and stay grounded in realistic goals. Venus and Neptune also square on December 24, 2025. This aspect could introduce confusion in relationships and finances, making it harder to distinguish reality from fantasy. Romantic ideals might clash with reality, urging caution in commitments or financial decisions. Mercury and Saturn will also square on December 30, 2025. Communication during this transit might feel strained or overly critical. It is a suitable time to address challenging topics with discipline but also exercise patience, as misunderstandings may easily arise. There is a Mars in Gemini and Sun in Capricorn opposition on January 16, 2025, occurring when Mars is directly opposite the Sun in the zodiac. This alignment places Earth between the two celestial bodies, making Mars fully illuminated and at its closest approach to Earth, a phenomenon that enhances its visibility and energy. Mars represents action, aggression, energy, and ambition, while the Sun symbolizes identity, ego, and vitality. Their opposition highlights tension and confrontation between these two energies, creating an environment of heightened activity and potential conflict. This transit may bring heightened global tensions, with a focus on power struggles, military actions, or political disputes. Events could unfold that test leadership, authority, and collective decision-making. On a positive note, this energy can be channeled into action-oriented initiatives, such as breakthroughs in technology, infrastructure, or international cooperation. However, the aggressive undertones of Mars may lead to challenges if diplomacy is not prioritized. Mars's fiery energy could coincide with natural events like volcanic activity or extreme weather, emphasizing its energetic and forceful influence. Individuals may feel an intense surge of energy, motivation, and determination to pursue goals. This is a time to take action, but also to manage impulsive or reckless behavior. The Sun represents the ego, and Mars's opposition can provoke clashes with authority figures or personal relationships. People may feel more confrontational or find themselves reacting to perceived challenges to their identity. The key to navigating this transit is balance, channeling Mars's drive into constructive efforts while avoiding burnout or unnecessary conflicts. High energy levels could lead to overexertion, and the stress associated with this transit might manifest physically. Staying grounded and mindful of health is essential. There is a Saturn-Sun opposition on September 21, 2025, occurring when Saturn, positioned directly opposite the Sun in the sky, reaches its peak in the cycle. Saturn will be in Pisces while the Sun will be in Virgo. During this time, Saturn will be fully illuminated and closest to Earth, bringing a powerful and influential energy that will impact both individuals and collective dynamics. Saturn's opposition to the Sun often brings a sense of limitation, discipline, and responsibility. People may feel as though they are being confronted with hard truths or challenges that require serious effort to overcome. It is a time of facing the realities of one's situation, whether personal or professional. This opposition encourages deep self-reflection. You might find yourself questioning your goals, ambitions, and life direction. It is a moment for assessing whether you are on the right path, or if adjustments are needed to meet long-term objectives. Saturn is the planet of authority, structure, and discipline. Its opposition to the Sun can bring tensions related to authority figures, be it bosses, parents, or government leaders. You may experience conflicts in your professional or personal life that involve authority, tradition, or societal expectations. This opposition often shifts the focus toward long-term ambitions, requiring greater discipline and commitment to achieve future success. It is an excellent time for addressing long-standing projects, revisiting past decisions, and putting in the necessary work to achieve lasting results. Saturn is often associated with karma and lessons that can be tough but ultimately beneficial for growth. During this opposition, there may be events that force you to face the consequences of past actions. This can feel uncomfortable, but it also provides the opportunity to correct mistakes and mature. Saturn's opposition can also bring challenges or breakthroughs in your career. You might face a test of endurance, patience, and responsibility in your professional life. There could be shifts in your public image or a significant event that forces you to reevaluate your career trajectory. As the Sun represents the self and the ego, its opposition to Saturn can bring moments of public recognition or, conversely, criticism. If you have worked hard and earned recognition, you may experience validation, but if you have avoided responsibility, there could be repercussions. On a collective level, the Saturn opposition can highlight the need for reforms or changes within societal structures, especially in politics, government, and systems of authority. There could be events that challenge the status quo or force organizations to reevaluate their rules and regulations. This opposition might also highlight social movements focused on restructuring or pushing for accountability in government and corporate structures. People may become more aware of the limitations imposed by current systems and demand reform. The key to navigating this opposition is grounding yourself in reality. Embrace the lessons Saturn is offering by facing challenges head-on with a sense of responsibility and maturity. Instead of focusing on short-term achievements, use this time to lay the foundation for future success. It is a moment for strategic thinking and careful planning. Saturn demands patience and discipline. During this opposition, it is crucial to remain patient and committed to your long-term goals, even if progress feels slow. There is a Neptune-Sun opposition on September 23, 2025, which will be a significant astrological event, as Neptune will be directly opposite the Sun from Earth's perspective. Neptune will be in Pisces, its natural domicile, while the Sun will be in Virgo. The opposition aspect highlights a strong illumination of Neptune's themes and energies, which can have far-reaching implications for both individual and collective experiences. Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, and idealism, often blurring the lines between reality and fantasy. During this opposition, there may be a heightened tendency to idealize situations, people, or ideas, only to face disillusionment or confusion later. It is a period where truths can be obscured and clarity might be hard to achieve. This is a time to be cautious about making decisions based solely on idealistic views or untested assumptions. It is important to distinguish between fantasy and reality. Neptune's influence often opens doors to spiritual exploration, creativity, and heightened intuition. However, it can also lead to escapism through unhealthy means such as substance abuse or excessive daydreaming. On a positive note, this opposition may inspire deeper introspection, artistic expression, or involvement in spiritual or charitable pursuits. On the shadow side, there could be a temptation to withdraw from reality to avoid confronting challenging truths. Neptune's connection with the unconscious mind and intuition is amplified during this opposition. Many may experience an increase in psychic sensitivity, vivid dreams, or emotional sensitivity. This could be a good time for those involved in creative fields or spiritual practices to tap into their deeper insights, but it also suggests the need for discernment to avoid getting lost in overly emotional or psychic experiences. Neptune's opposition to the Sun can bring confusion or deception, both on the personal and collective levels. It is a time when misinformation can spread easily, and people might be more susceptible to manipulative behaviors. Individuals should be cautious of situations where clarity is lacking, and avoid situations that seem too good to be true. It is essential to look for hidden motives or distortions in communication. Neptune's energies are strongly linked with healing, empathy, and compassion. During this opposition, there could be a collective surge toward humanitarian efforts, collective healing, or addressing large-scale issues like poverty, social justice, and environmental concerns. With Neptune's tendency to blur boundaries, relationships could feel more confusing or less clear during this period. It is essential to communicate clearly and avoid putting someone on a pedestal, as idealization could lead to disappointment. On the positive side, this opposition can enhance creativity, making it an excellent period for artistic pursuits, music, and writing. It is a great time for tapping into deep, emotional, or the unconscious compartments of self to express artistic forms. There might also be movements toward greater empathy and humanitarianism, though there is a risk of being swept up in unrealistic ideals or promises. Misinformation and media manipulation could be issues to watch, as Neptune can cloud clarity and logic. In navigating this astrological aspect carefully, it is essential to stay grounded and avoid getting lost in escapist tendencies, whether through substances, daydreaming, or idealistic thinking. Do not take things at face value. During this opposition, information can be distorted, so take time to dig deeper and verify facts before making decisions. Be cautious of situations where you feel uncertain, particularly in relationships, finances, or matters involving trust. There is a Uranus-Sun opposition on November 21, 2025, occurring when Uranus is directly opposite the Sun in the zodiac, aligning closely with Earth. This opposition will occur with the Sun in the Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp, and Uranus in Taurus. This marks a heightened moment of Uranian energy, influencing collective consciousness and individuals alike. Uranus is the planet of innovation, revolution, disruption, and breakthroughs, and its opposition can signify dramatic shifts and awakenings. Uranus's energy at opposition is amplified, fostering a spirit of rebellion against outdated systems and structures. Globally, this could trigger protests, demands for reform, or revolutionary movements aimed at greater freedom and equality. Uranus rules technology, science, and innovation. Around this time we may witness groundbreaking discoveries, advancements in AI, space exploration, or renewable energy. Uranus is often called the planet of surprises. Unexpected events, both positive and challenging, may unfold during this period. This could include sudden shifts in geopolitical landscapes, financial markets, or societal norms. On an individual level, Uranus inspires people to break free from constraints, leading to breakthroughs in self-expression and personal growth. It is a powerful time for those seeking to redefine themselves or escape restrictive situations. Uranus's energy in Taurus emphasizes changes in material wealth, resources, agriculture, and values. During this opposition, financial systems and industries related to Earth and sustainability may experience shocks or transformations. There may be instability in global markets, especially concerning currencies, commodities, and cryptocurrencies. People are admonished to be open to change and willing to adapt, and let surprises lead to growth and new opportunities. This opposition offers a powerful moment for collective and personal transformation, encouraging humanity to align with a more progressive and innovative future. The year 2025 is astrologically colored with several aspects of all kinds. The most consistent theme throughout all the major astrological events that will occur within the year points toward transformation, a letting go of the old to embrace the new, and a transition to new systems and structures. There are several other squares and oppositions that will occur in 2025. This episode has only highlighted some of the more significant ones. Our monthly astrological forecasts throughout 2025 will cover most of the others, as well as some of those mentioned in this episode, in greater detail. Thank you for joining us on this journey through uncovering the major planetary squares and oppositions of the year 2025 and their influences. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. Get interactive with our dedicated experts in astrology and life coaching by leaving your thoughts and questions in the comments section. Until next time, keep exploring the stars.